okay, which people do I need? Which competencies are required in here? And you can do it because you can just read the competencies from the method you are using at this point in time. Okay, I've been talking about how to talk about things. That's the one thing. The other thing is that you want to run your endeavor. So, what's enacting? Enacting of the things in the language. We have the 5 key language elements. What happens when it comes to action? Well, practice, Dean always used this word, well, that's some guidance for some separate value flow. So, one thing you want to do, some part of action, and you get a practice that gets a value for you there. It says you which documents to use there, which activities you want to use there. For one part of action. And you compose these practices to larger methods. That's the method you are using in your company. That's why Ivar just said in his first talk that there are 100,000 of methods. Of course there are. And you can compose some practices in this way or another. And then you get different methods. And enacting these methods, which are based on this language, well, it's always this funny shifting of states. You have seen the sliders on Ian's slide. Yes? You have checklists with the states of each alpha or work product, and you shift to the next state when a checklist is fulfilled. As I said, activities may be left tacit if you want to define it. If you want to force somebody to do exactly this activity, you don't force. You just say, okay, these are the states. And when enacting this practice, you can check, check, I'm in the state. Okay, shift it to the side. And then I'm in the next one. And perhaps for this next one, well, this state is the completion criterion of some activity. Okay, that's guidance. This activity might be good to do now, because I can stop it if I've achieved this state. So I get this to guidance, but it even works if I don't have activities, or if I don't even have work products. It's based on the alphas. Enactment is based on the alphas, and the other things may be tacit knowledge, but of course you can use them as guidance. Okay, now I've bored you completely, because I'm talking about languages and enactment, and I haven't shown even one picture. Well, yes, some pictures. No, they are also boring. But the language has one concept, that is, we don't have one diagram or one whatever. We have views on the language. You have your construct, for example, your practice. But there are different people interested in different aspects of this practice. However, it's always the same practice. But some people might just, well, want to hear from you what's the way you're working. Well, you can tell them, just using the terms. Some team members in your team want to know, well, which documents do I have to touch? Okay, take a simple view for them. Just where some work products in there. They want to know the work products. They want to see the other things. Or they want to see which activities do I have to do. Okay, give them a view where just the activities in there. Or they just want to have some references. Yeah, so reference card. Ian used one in his slide. Yes. A reference card just for an alpha, for example. Students can use that to learn about the alphas in the kernel or the activity spaces in the kernel. And of course, this alpha can be part of a larger construct, but you don't need to show it to those people who are not interested in it. And there might be people being interested in. For example, if it comes to enactment, yes, of course, you want to see what's going on in your project. Well, use a dashboard. A dashboard with all these alphas in your project and states of these alphas, and then you can dive into one alphas and see the work product related to it. Okay, and how is everyone working on it? Okay, and then go back to the alphas, go to another alphas, using the traffic lights, here suggested, or whatever. Yes. This is one view on the language construct, but probably not the only one. You can use cardboards, playing with cards for shifting around, Or perhaps you want to use the post-its. Well, why not? That's also a view on the language. Some of them are probably more focused on developers. They want to know what to do, what to touch. Others want to see the progress. Is the project progressing in a good shape or not? Some are more like for method engineers who want to design practices. And there are multiple views of it. Okay. 5 core elements. And someone might be missing some. Someone might be interested in roles, and there's no key element for roles, or phases, or milestones. Well, no problem. You can group your elements in the language always to express this or that. That's no problem, because you just, well, use a generic element we call pattern, and some arrangement of alphas gives you a milestone. Some arrangement of roles, of activities, perhaps gives you a role, because this role has to perform this activity. Or you put the work product with it. This role is responsible for this work product. But it's always arrangement of these core elements. You can add it on the top if you need it for your practice, but you can leave it if you don't need it for your practice. So that's some extra stuff. If you like to have structure, yes, you can have some extra stuff, some colored boxes around some elements to say, well, this is one area of concern. This is concerning people. This is concerning the solution. This is concerning the problem. Well, you can do it if you like, but you are not forced to do it. If you want to have some ordering, if you have, I have thousands of activities to be done in this activity space, well, okay, give some links. This activity is done before that, usually. Or perhaps you don't know on the ordering. Well, then you do not need to use it. The only thing that is really, really important if you're using the SEMAT language to describe practice in a SEMAT way is they have to relate them to the alphas, because the alphas are the thing that is universal. And, well, it would be quite strange if you could describe some things in terms that are not universal, because then you cannot share it with the others, because the others, well, might only know the things that are universal. So I think I was quite quick, but I can come to the conclusion. We have a small language, 5 core elements, but they can be arranged in a very flexible way. You're not forced to use it and that element in this and that construction. You can use it this way or that way. So you can describe what you are doing. I'm doing this and then I'm doing that. Okay, that's